Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to solve the question answers from the 9th standard English, the unit 3, that is My Beginnings, which is written by Kapil Dev. The first thing is check your comprehension, which is in the page number 47. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಪಾಠದ 47ನೇ ಪುಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪ್ರಹೆನ್ಷನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. The first question is Kapil says the date 6th January 1959 was thankfully recorded. Why does he feel so? The answer is Kapil Dev feels the date 6th January 1959 was thankfully recorded because a cousin of his was born on the same day, around the same time and with the same name. Next question is Kapil says, but at that time these dreams seemed like castles in the air. What were these dreams? Were these dreams realized? The answer is the Kapil's dreams that seemed like castles in the air were his ambition to travel around the world and drive a Mercedes Benz. He stated that God has been kind to him and both his wishes have been fulfilled. Next question is what did Kapil's mother always regale him with? The answer is Kapil's mother always regaled him with tales of his naughty behavior. Next question is Kapil uses an idiomatic expression, castles in the air. What does this mean? Answer. The glossary defines castles in the air as plans or hopes that are unlikely ever to become real. The next comprehension, which is in the page number 48, in what way was Kapil like all the other children around him? The answer is Kapil was like all other children around him in that he spent his childhood trying to bunk school and save up enough money to go to a new movie or have a plate of chicken chow mein with his friends. Next question is, in the third paragraph, Kapil says that the lady in the neighborhood grew trees. What were the two trees grown there? The answer is the two trees grown in the lady's beautiful garden were papaya and pomegranate trees. How did Kapil and his friends spend most of their time in their childhood? The answer is in those days, Kapil and his friends spent most of their time planning how to get into their neighbor's garden and pick the fruit of the trees. Next is what had Kapil done that he had to sit still for 2 hours? Answer. Kapil and a friend had climbed over the wall and were perched on a papaya tree when the lady walked out with guests and began entertaining them for tea right under the tree. They had to sit still for nearly 2 hours until the tea party ended to avoid being caught. Next is what discovery did Kapil make by sitting on the papaya tree? The answer is by sitting on the papaya tree, Kapil discovered the rash that papaya sap can cause. Next is she counted them every day. What did the lady count every day? Why? The answer is the lady counted 92 pomegranates on the tree in her garden every day. She did this because she knew Kapil and his friends were up to mischief. Okay, this is the continuation question. I got even the next day. What does this mean? What does this tell us about Kapil? The answer is I got even the next day means that Kapil retaliated or got his revenge the day after being caught on the papaya tree. This tells us that Kapil was mischievous, determined, and perhaps a bit defiant in his childhood. What naughty thing does Kapil narrate in the 7th paragraph? The answer is the provided source segments My Beginnings into sections and the questions are related to those sections. Based on the numbering, the naughty thing narrated by Kapil in what would be the 5th paragraph is riding the police horses that were left in the huge open green areas to graze. He and his friends would go regularly to try and ride them, learning to control a horse despite many falls. The next question is nobody would have noticed except for the face that I bit off more than I could chew. What is the incident described here? The answer is the incident described here is when Kapil, after learning to ride and master the police horses, decided to take one home and house it in their back garden. His attempt to get the animal through the tiny doorway resulted in them being caught. Why does Kapil say he bit off more than he could chew? The answer is Kapil says he bit off more than he could chew because he undertook a task that was too difficult or ambitious for him to handle, especially trying to secretly keep a huge police horse in his small backyard. How did Kapil's father react to his escapade? The answer is Kapil's father reacted to his escapade by giving him a chiding which discouraging him from venturing near the grazing fields again. What were the games offered in the local school where Kapil was studying? The answer is the games offered in the local school where Kapil was studying were basketball, football, table tennis and hockey. Which game was Kapil fairly good at during his school days? The answer is Kapil was fairly good at all games and exceptionally good at athletics. That is a decision I will always be grateful to them for, as they unconsciously introduced me to the game for which I was made. What was the decision? Answer: the decision refers to his friends convincing him to change his game from football to cricket, as they were all interested in and played cricket. The last question is, but it was all merely fun to start with. What is Kapil talking about? Do you think cricket remained merely fun for him forever? The answer is Kapil is talking about cricket, which was merely fun to start with. The text implies that it did not remain merely fun forever, as he could never have imagined where cricket would lead him, and it led to him becoming a professional. It means implied by the retrospective view of his career. To the next comprehension part, that is Kapil narrate an incident from his childhood. Some sentences related to his childhood life are given below. Working in pair groups, arrange them in the right order. ಕಪಿಲ್ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಜೀವನಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಸರಣಿಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚಿಲ್ಲಾಪಿಲ್ಲಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಜಂಬಲ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಒನ್ ಬೈ ಒನ್ ಆಗಿ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಬರೀಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಲೇಡಿ ಲಿವ್ ಡೌನ್ ದ ರೋಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಎ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್. The second one is she took great pride in the papaya and pomegranate trees which she had grown in her garden. Third one is one day Kapil and his friends climbed over the wall and perched on the tree. She entered the guest for a tea right under the papaya tree. Two others were on the road on the other side of the wall. Next one is two friends who had been outside ran away. But Kapil and his friends had to sit for nearly 2 hours till the tea party ended. The last one is that was the day Kapil discovered the rash that papaya sap can cause. So coming to the next C2 part is say whether the following statements are true or false. Kapil was born into a large family. True. Kapil came to know about the date of his birth from his mother. True. The C is false. It means the question number C is false. And the police horses became Kapil's pet. True. Kapil was good at the athletics and dreamed of becoming a footballer. It's a false. Imagine you are narrating Kapil's childhood experience to your friend. How can you narrate this? You can begin. Kapil shares two very interesting incidents with the reader. Kapil was good at athletics and dreamed of being a footballer. Another was that his neighbor counted 92 pomegranates on the tree in her garden because she was good at mathematics. Okay, then move on to the vocabulary part. Study the following sets of words. Pick out the one that does not belong to the set. Say why it does not belong. ಗುಂಪಿಗೆ ಸೇರದ ಪದವನ್ನು ತೆಗೆಯಿರಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಯಾಕೆ ಗುಂಪಿಗೆ ಸೇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಬರೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. The first one they have already given. Second one is the coach, learner, teacher, trainer. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲರ್ನರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ 3 ಡೂ ದ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೈಡೆನ್ಸ್. ಕೋಚ್ ಅಂದರು, ಟೀಚರ್ ಅಂದರು, ಟ್ರೈನರ್, ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಗೈಡೆನ್ಸ್ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ. ಗೈಡ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಲರ್ನರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಲಿಯೋರಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಂಗ್, ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್, ಜಂಪಿಂಗ್, ಥ್ರೋಯಿಂಗ್. ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಆಡ್ ಒನ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅದರ್ 3 ಆರ್ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಸಹ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಯಾಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್, ಜಂಪಿಂಗ್, ಥ್ರೋಯಿಂಗ್. ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಕ್ರೀಡೆ ಅದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಮಿನಾ, ಸ್ಪೀಡ್, ಸ್ಕಿಲ್, ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ತೆಗಿತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅದರ್ 3 ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು 1 ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿ. ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಮಿನಾ, ಸ್ಪೀಡ್, ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಕ್ರೀಡೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ವಿಕ್ಟ್ರಿ, ಸಕ್ಸಸ್, ಡಿಫೀಟ್, ವಿನ್. ವಿಕ್ಟ್ರಿ, ಸಕ್ಸಸ್, ವಿನ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸಹ ಸೇಮ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗು. ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ? ಗೆಲುವಿಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ವಿನ್ನಿಗೆ. ಡಿಫೀಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಸೋಲ್ಸೋದು ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು, ಮೆಡಲ್, ಶೀಲ್ಡ್, ಕಪ್, ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅದರ್ 3 ಆರ್ ದ ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್. ಮೆಡಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಗೆದ್ದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ. ಶೀಲ್ಡು, ಕಪ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಗೆದ್ದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ. ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್, so sit in the pair, discuss with your partner and fill in the blanks using the appropriate words given in the bracket. They can change the form of the word. Yes, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ they have given the hint words here. Next one is they had munched their way through 3 packets of biscuit to eat something noisily. ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಚಪ್ಪರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಿನ್ನೋದು. ಚಪ್ಪರಿಸು ಅಂತ. ಮಂಚ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಚಪ್ಪರಿಸು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀನಿಂಗು ಸಹ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಎ ಡಾಗ್ ಲಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ ದ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್. ಲಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನೆಕ್ಕುವುದು. ದೆನ್ ರಂಜಿತಾ ವಾಸ್ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಸಿಪ್ಪಿಂಗ್. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕುಡಿಯೋದು. ಹರ್ ಕಾಫಿ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜೋರು. ಎಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಒಂದೇ ಸಲ ಕುಡಿದು ಮುಗಿಸಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕುಡಿಯೋದು. ಸಿಪ್ಪಿಂಗ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಡ್ರಿಂಕ್ ಪ್ಲೆಂಟಿ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್. ಕುಡಿಯುವುದು. ದಿಸ್ ನಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೋ ಟಫ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ಲಿ ಚ್ಯೂ. ಜಗಿಯುವುದು. ಸಾತ್ವಿಕ್ ಸ್ವ್ಯಾಲೋ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಕಾಫಿ. ನುಂಗುವುದು. ಸ್ವ್ಯಾಲೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಹೇಮಂತಿನಿ ಸಕ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಶೇಕ್. ಹೀರೋದು ವಿತ್ ಹರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ. ಸ್ಟ್ರಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೀರ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಕ್ಡ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಅ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಗರ್ಲ್ ವಾಸ್ ಈಟಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐಸ್ ಕ್ರೀಮ್. ತಿನ್ನುವುದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐಸ್ ಕ್ರೀಮ್. ದ ಕ್ಯಾಟ್ ಬಿಗ್ಯಾನ್ ಟು ಲ್ಯಾಪ್. ನಾಲಿಗೆಯಿಂದ ನೆಕ್ಕುವುದು. ಅಪ್ ದ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ಉಮೇಶ್ ವಾಸ್ ಡೈನಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ತಾಜ್ ಹೋಟೆಲ್. ಡೈನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಭೋಜನ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಭೋಜನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಡೈನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, then the next part is about the speaking. You can see so many activities are there, so you have to read that. Then after that, here is the choose the right word given in the bracket. The use of the credit cards has increased. The second one is, the answer is was. The third one is. The fourth one is I am. Fifth one, I have not seen him of late. Sixth one, Salim does not know how to cook. Okay, after that we have some practice writing is there, so you have to practice these things. And then here, now fill in the blanks in the following sentences with the appropriate form of the sports from the extract above. Ilide, so adana now extract ಮಾಡಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. Why do you take it seriously? Lokesh has said it as a boy. The second one is, in golden days hunting was a passion. Olden days. I hope being a helpful person. Why don't you watch TV? There is too much fun on TV. Then cricket is the most popular game. Then street dogs, I agree, are a menace, but killing them is a bad sport. Rajesh plays state level kabaddi. He always remember his school which encouraged team spirit. After that, there you have here, they have mentioned to do some project here. This is all about this chapter. Thank you, friends.